Amina Bello was a young woman with a quiet strength that few noticed. At just 22 years old, she had faced more challenges than most would in a lifetime. Orphaned by the devastating floods that swept through Kano last year, Amina's dreams of becoming a nurse at Bayero University were shattered when she had to drop out. No fees, no support, just survival. Each day she woke before dawn in her small rented room in Sabongari. The roof leaked when the rains came, and at night she often heard the distant call of street vendors or the scurrying of rats in the ceiling. Yet despite the hardships, Amina's spirit remained unbroken. Her orange uniform marked her as a sales attendant at City Mall Kano, a bustling place where modern commerce met traditional life. She moved from shelf to shelf, helping customers with a soft smile, careful not to let anyone glimpse the pain she carried deep inside. Though her hands were tired and her feet sore, Amina greeted every face with kindness. That morning, the sun beat fiercely over the busy streets. Shoppers hurried in and out, voices mixing with the calls of hawkers and the distant hum of traffic. Amina adjusted her hijab and arranged cans of tomato paste on a shelf. She longed for a better life but said nothing. In this city, everyone had battles unseen. As Amina took a short break, she sat quietly on a bench outside the mall. Her fingers gripped a cold bottle of water she barely touched. Her thoughts drifted to the past, the laughter of her parents, the warmth of family dinners, the smell of fresh injera in her childhood home. The memories stung, but they also fueled her will to keep going. 1 year ago, she was a university student, full of hope and purpose. Now, with school fees unpaid and dreams deferred, she worked small jobs to survive, selling fruits by the roadside, washing clothes, now attending at the mall. She blinked away tears as she whispered, "I tried, I really tried." Her voice trembled, but her smile returned as she stood and walked back inside. No one needed to know how heavy her heart felt. In the office of Malik Group, Malik Badamasi sat quietly in his late father's chair, the weight of legacy on his young shoulders. Though a billionaire, Malik lived simply. His father had taught him to stay humble and keep his life private. His mother, Hajia Zainab, was a steady presence in their mansion, wise and dignified. That afternoon, Malik received a message from his mother telling him about a troubling incident at City Mall Kano, a rude cashier humiliating her in public. Malik's calm demeanor tightened. No one spoke to his mother like that. Malik knew this would not be just another story. Something about it stirred him. He decided to find out more, not just for his mother's sake, but for reasons he could not yet understand. The busy afternoon at City Mall, Kano was alive with chatter and footsteps as shoppers rushed between stalls and shops. Hajia Zainab Badamasi, dressed elegantly in her richly embroidered abaya, moved carefully through the crowds. She was on a simple mission: to buy cooking oil for the special Eid meal she planned. But as fate would have it, she forgot her purse. Approaching the counter with a small bottle of cooking oil in hand, she reached into her bag only to realize it was empty. Panic flickered in her eyes. The cashier, a young woman with a sharp tongue and little patience, folded her arms and frowned. "Madam, your money," the cashier snapped loudly, drawing the attention of everyone in line. Hajia Zainab's voice was gentle but firm. "I forgot my purse at home. I'll return with the payment." The cashier scoffed. "Is this a charity? We don't give things for free." Whispers rippled through the crowd. The older woman's hands trembled, and her head bowed under the weight of humiliation. Watching from a few feet away, Amina felt her heart race. She knew this scene all too well, judgment and harshness toward those in need. Without hesitation, she stepped forward. "Please let me pay for it," Amina said quietly but firmly. The cashier blinked in disbelief. "Your salary? For just this?" Amina nodded. "Yes, it's only 1 bottle of cooking oil. It won't hurt me." There was silence. The crowd watched as Amina handed the money to the cashier, who reluctantly accepted it. Hajia Zainab looked up, surprise and gratitude filling her eyes. "Thank you, my dear," she whispered, her voice trembling with emotion. As Hajia Zainab left with the oil, Amina's smile hid the heaviness inside her. It was a small act, but one she gave freely, because kindness cost nothing. Later that day, Malik sat with his mother in their mansion. Hajia Zainab recounted the incident, her voice still shaky. "The cashier insulted me, Malik, but a young girl stepped in and paid. Amina, she called herself." Malik's brow furrowed. "Tell me everything." Hajia Zainab described Amina's humble demeanor and generosity. Malik's curiosity grew. He instructed Emeka, his trusted security officer, to learn more about this girl. For 2 days, Emeka observed Amina, her quiet strength, her kindness to strangers, and her relentless hard work despite life's hardships. Reports came in. Amina was an orphan who struggled alone but never begged or complained. She had dreams but no means. Malik felt something shift inside him. He saw in Amina not just a simple attendant, but a rare soul whose spirit shone bright even in darkness. The next morning, Malik sat alone in his sleek office, the city of Kano sprawling beyond the glass windows. The image of Amina, humble yet unbroken, lingered in his mind. He had spent the night thinking about her kindness, her courage, and the silent strength she carried. Emeka entered quietly, carrying a detailed report. Malik's eyes scanned the pages. Amina Bello, orphaned last year, dropped out of university, works tirelessly to survive, respected by co-workers, no blemishes on her record, a life filled with struggle, but never surrender. Malik leaned back, processing the weight of her story. For the first time in weeks, he felt compelled to act not as a CEO, but as a man moved by human kindness. That afternoon, Malik arranged a meeting with Amina. The mall attendant was nervous but curious as she entered the towering Malik Group headquarters for the first time. The polished marble floors and towering ceilings were worlds apart from Sabongari's crowded streets. Malik greeted her warmly. "Amina, I've heard about you, from my mother and from Emeka. Your kindness moved us." Amina lowered her gaze, unsure. "I did only what I thought was right, sir." Malik smiled. "That's exactly why I want to offer you a job, personal assistant to me, a position with a good salary and housing at the company quarters. And if you agree, we will sponsor your nursing education through online courses." Amina's heart pounded. "Sir, I'm honored, but I didn't finish school. I don't have the certificates for such a job." "Education is a journey, not just a certificate," Malik assured her. "We will support you every step. What matters is your heart and willingness to learn." Tears welled in Amina's eyes, not from pity, but hope. For the first time in a long time, a door had opened. Over the next weeks, Amina embraced her new role with determination. She studied late into the night, balancing work and school with grit and grace. Malik watched quietly, admiration growing with each day. The bond between them deepened, not just employer and assistant, but two souls drawn together by respect and shared dreams. Days turned into weeks, and Amina's presence in Malik's life became a quiet but steady light. Each morning she arrived at the Malik Group office with a calm confidence, her hands full of files and her eyes bright with purpose. She remembered the hardships of her past, but did not let them define her. Malik noticed the way she handled every task with care and precision. She anticipated his needs, kept his schedule, and never once complained about the long hours or heavy workload. Her humility and intelligence captivated him more than he expected. One afternoon, Malik's mother, Hajia Zainab, watched the subtle changes in her son. She remembered her late husband's gentle eyes when he had fallen in love many years ago. The way Malik looked at Amina was different, softer, hopeful. Encouraged, Hajia Zainab gently spoke to Malik one evening. "My son, you cannot hide your feelings forever. Amina is a rare soul, kind, strong and true. Have you told her how you feel?" Malik sighed. "I don't know if she would feel the same. Our worlds are so different." "Happiness is worth the risk," she replied with a knowing smile. "Be brave." Meanwhile, Amina found herself thinking about Malik more often than she expected. His quiet kindness, his respect, the way he listened. It was a new feeling, one she wasn't sure how to name. Could someone like Malik truly care for someone like her? One Friday evening, Malik surprised her with an invitation to dinner at a small charming restaurant known for its delicious Hausa dishes. The soft glow of lanterns, the gentle rhythm of traditional music, and the aroma of chu shinkafa filled the air. As they shared a meal, laughter eased the distance between them. Malik listened intently as Amina spoke about her dreams, her fears, and the journey she had endured. She saw a side of him beyond the reserved CEO, the man who believed in kindness and second chances. When the waiter cleared their plates, Malik looked at Amina with steady eyes. "Amina, I have something I want to say. I like you, not just as my assistant, but more. I hope this doesn't rush things, but I needed you to know." Amina's heart fluttered. For a moment she was speechless. Then softly she replied, "I like you too, Malik. But I want to finish my nursing degree first. It will take time." Malik smiled warmly. "I understand. I will support you every step." In that moment, a new chapter began, not just of love, but of hope, respect, and partnership. Life settled into a new rhythm for Amina and Malik, but the path was not without challenges. Amina faced moments of doubt, balancing her demanding job, the pressures of online nursing classes, and the complexities of her growing feelings for Malik. Her humble background made her wary of the world she was stepping into, and sometimes she questioned if she truly belonged. Malik, too, wrestled with his fears. How would his family and society view their relationship? Could someone from such different worlds build a future together? Yet every time he saw Amina's unwavering determination and kindness, his doubts faded. One day at the office, Amina overheard whispers from some colleagues. Some questioned her place beside the CEO, others doubted her abilities. The sting of judgment was sharp, but Amina held her head high. She remembered the lessons from her past. Kindness was her strength, and hard work her shield. Malik noticed the change and called her to his office. "Amina, don't let their words dim your light. You have earned every bit of your place here. I believe in you." His support gave her courage. At home, Hajia Zainab continued to be a pillar of support, reminding Malik, "True strength lies in love and respect. You have found both." Together, Malik and Amina planned for her graduation and a life where dreams and reality met. Malik enrolled her in extra courses, provided tutors, and ensured she never lacked encouragement. Through late nights of study and early mornings at work, they built a partnership based on trust and hope. Their love was no fairy tale, but a story of resilience, mutual respect, and belief in second chances. And as Amina's nursing graduation day approached, both knew this was just the beginning of a journey filled with promise. The day of Amina's nursing graduation arrived with a blend of nerves and joy. Dressed in a crisp white uniform and cap, she stood among her classmates at Bayero University Kano's graduation hall, a far cry from the small room she once called home. Malik stood proudly at the front row, his mother by his side, beaming with pride. The journey had been long and filled with obstacles, but Amina's perseverance had transformed her life. As the dean called her name, Amina stepped forward. Memories flooded her mind, the nights of studying after long shifts, the days of self-doubt, the acts of kindness that had opened this door. When Malik joined her on stage to place the certificate in her hands, the crowd applauded, not just for a graduate, but for a story of resilience and hope. Later, at a small celebration with family and friends, Amina thanked Malik and Hajia Zainab. "Without your belief in me, I would not be here. This is more than a certificate, it is a new beginning." Malik smiled. "You earned this, Amina. Your strength, kindness, and hard work inspire me every day." Their story became a beacon in Kano, inspiring many to believe in the power of kindness and determination. Amina began her nursing career, serving her community with compassion born from her own struggles. And Malik? He continued to grow not just as a CEO, but as a man who learned that true wealth lies in the heart. Together they proved that no matter the hardships, with kindness, faith, and perseverance, dreams could be realized and lives transformed. With Amina now a qualified nurse and Malik's partner, their lives blossomed into a shared journey of love and purpose. The barriers that once seemed insurmountable, the gap between wealth and poverty, tradition and modernity, began to fade beneath their growing bond. They moved into a home filled with laughter and dreams, a place where Amina's humble roots were cherished and Malik's legacy was renewed with kindness and humility. At family gatherings, Hajia Zainab's eyes sparkled with joy, proud of the woman her son had chosen, someone who embodied strength, grace, and compassion. Together, Malik and Amina became voices for hope in Kano. They started initiatives to support orphaned youths, scholarships for young girls, and healthcare outreach in underserved communities. Their story spread beyond Kano, a shining example that true love is built not on wealth or status, but on respect, empathy, and shared dreams. One quiet evening, as the sun dipped behind the city skyline, Malik took Amina's hand and whispered, "Our journey has just begun. With you, every day feels like a blessing." Amina smiled, her heart full. "We've come far, but together there's nothing we cannot overcome." And so, from the kindness of one small act, the payment for a bottle of cooking oil, grew a legacy of hope, proving that when the heart leads, miracles follow. Kindness, resilience, and faith can open doors to unimaginable futures. True love transcends social divides and is nurtured through respect and understanding. Your small act of goodness today might just change a life forever.